Dear friends, good morning on Friday the 26th of February. There isn't very much to report on today, except to say that in the light of the announcement of the government's roadmap out of lockdown, we are hoping to get back to meeting in person as soon as possible. We haven't received any new guidance from the Church of England yet, but when we do, we will plan on how we're going to return and we will let you know. I wonder if it's occurred to you that almost everything we eat is something that's died. For instance, when you eat a beef burger, you're eating a dead cow, dead wheat, dead lettuce, dead tomatoes, dead onions, and dead gherkins. The only exception is the added salt and other preservatives, which are minerals. In the first century, when everyone lived in an agrarian culture, they would have understood far more clearly than us that things have to die so that we can live. And this is what lies behind Jesus' famous saying, "I am the bread of life. Whoever comes to me will never go hungry, and whoever believes in me will never be thirsty." That's John 6 and verse 35. He goes on to say that unless you eat the flesh of the Son of Man and drink his blood, you have no life in you. Of course, Jesus is using metaphorical language, but he's doing so to illustrate a spiritual reality. We have to take the life of Jesus into ourselves by coming to him and believing in him if we are to have spiritual life. But Jesus has to give his life on the cross so that we might come to him, believe in him, and live. Either he dies or we do. Now, John does not include the account of the Last Supper in his Gospel, but in some ways this chapter takes its place. When we come to the Lord's table to receive the tokens of his body and blood, the bread and the wine, we are given the opportunity to take Jesus, the bread of life, to ourselves and to believe in him once again. We were reminded last Sunday by Diane Bruckland of how much we are missing communion because it's such a powerful way of feeding on Jesus. It will be a wonderful moment when the St. Matthew's congregation are able to share the Lord's Supper again. But until then, let's remind ourselves that we need Jesus to sustain our spiritual life as much as we need food to sustain our physical life, even if you would prefer to have something other than a Big Mac. God bless you today.